Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. Got the D-Man here, and we have a special guest today, my son Henry. He is excellent with the ladies, and I wanted to interview him because I thought it would be helpful to some of my younger viewers, as well as some of my older viewers. Henry has had a girlfriend for about, how long?
I'm gonna say, well, now it's been about 3 months,
Okay.
but before it was about 2 years.
Okay, for about 2 years, all right? And things went along pretty good for a while. She was staying here with him, and she became somewhat familiar with him or comfortable, or, well, you tell me what happened, Henry.
Well, you know, she was here, I would say, about for 2 years straight. Every single day, she started living here, and she became complacent, as you would say. She got comfortable, I was predictable, and I just got used to it. Became too comfortable.
Okay, so let's take her out of the equation. You as the leader, you know you're supposed to be the leader as a man.
Yep.
How did you lead or not lead, or how did you bring it, or how did it come to the point where you say one day she disrespected you? And
Yeah.
tell me about that, how
Well,
it got to that point.
Pretty much every day I was coming home after work, just, became too comfortable with her, and she was there all the time. She knew what I was doing, and it led up to her disrespecting me by, I would say, for once, she shut off the TV on me and just told me what was I going to do, pretty much. Well, I had to kick her out, send her back home, and, she didn't agree with it. She fought me on it. But what it pretty much led up to was, she got comfortable because I was predictable. I was the reliable guy. I was there all the time. She knew where I was at.
No mystery.
No mystery.
Just come home, sit down, play Xbox,
and drink my. I would say beer, but I don't say that because I'm underage. But yeah,
drink a beer once in a while.
Yeah.
They don't know how old you are.
Yeah, but I drank a beer, play my video games, and I was there all the time. She didn't know if I was had options. Well, that's the thing. I didn't have options. She knew
because
that
you kind of isolated
Yeah.
yourself. You became comfortable. You weren't talking to any of the girls.
And as well as I began to quit hanging out with friends, quit going out, because I thought that the best thing for me was to be there with her all the time.
Yeah, so she became kind of your focus.
Yeah, she became my focus. We had dreams, goals together, but I made it too important. She became my main focus.
Hold up the phone,
And
Go ahead.
she knew that there was no competition. She had no competition anxiety, as you would say.
Right.
And she became, mainly my main focus.
So when you asked her to leave, you said she wouldn't leave?
No, she would not. She argued. She actually didn't even argue at all. She wouldn't even.
She wouldn't submit
No.
to your authority.
No.
You had lost that much authority that she wasn't even going to. So what did you do to get her to leave?
Well, I kind of just had to give my space, and I actually had to make my
I had to
come in there and tell her to go.
I had to go in and tell the girl that until her and Henry got things worked out, she needed to go because she would not leave.
And then even then, I think it was about 30 minutes after she finally decided, maybe it's time. And then even after that, a few days after, she still thought I was weak, and she kept coming back. She kept disobeying me, didn't give me the space I needed, made me feel smothered. And
but this wasn't something that happened overnight.
no,
It just
happened over
a period
time.
of
I became complacent.
Yeah.
I got used to her being there, and she got used to being there. There's no mystery for her, no competition anxiety.
So how did you turn this thing around? Because today Henry has he's not really with her, but he still sees her, and she submits to his authority. She treats him much better with a lot more respect, and he really turned this thing around. But it wasn't easy because he allowed it to get in such a bad spot over a period of time. So I'm going to have him tell you about how he turned it around and how difficult it was to turn that around, because it had gotten so far that she had lost, I won't say all respect for him, but it was really low. So how did you turn that around?
Well, pretty much anytime she came over, anything I was more assertive, I told her she needs to leave, and eventually I broke up with her completely and told her that if she didn't leave or she didn't go anywhere or go back to her house, there would be no chance of me and her being together. Well, eventually it got to that point. She didn't think I was being serious. So then I told her to leave, and we spent about 3 months apart. And You know,
You didn't contact her at all
Nope.
during these 3 months?
She texted me multiple times. I told her I need my space. Quit texting me. You know, all kinds of things.
Yeah.
And
So you withdrew your
yeah,
attention.
exactly.
As a man, that's really all you have is you can withdraw your attention. When you're being disrespected, if you've allowed it to get to that point,
Yeah.
and if it's gotten to that point, I'll guarantee you it's because you as a man have not been leading with strength and authority. It's not about dominating anyone. It's about dominating your emotions and yourself and leading the relationship to a successful end or a successful journey. Because it's up to you as the man to lead. And if you don't do it, they see you as weak, they will disrespect you, they will run around on you, they will cheat on you. It will only get worse, never better. So
In the beginning, it was different. She was attracted to me because I was a mystery. Then I started getting closer to her, and I started sharing my emotions with her, and that ended up
yes,
turning
and that's what
sideways,
society
yeah.
tells us. Don't share how you feel with your woman. And now tell me, I think you've told me a couple times she would tell you, well, would you just tell me how
Yeah,
you feel?
Exactly. She would tell me to tell her how I feel, and I remember one time I was at her father's house, and we were having a barbecue, and I told her how I felt, and I was crying, and she looked at me with disgust.
Disgust.
Yep, and she was unattracted, I could tell, and then eventually led up to her not being sexually attracted to me. She wouldn't,
Be with you
yeah,
physically.
physically, exactly, and it's almost like I had to work for it, but eventually then it was even like, even if I was working for it, it was more unattractive to her.
Right, I understand. So, but you've got things turned around now, and
Yeah.
she treats you with respect.
Oh yeah, and pretty much I just withdrew my attention. She doesn't know what I do. I'm a mystery to her as well. I work. My main focus is working and helping my dad with the company, and my main focus is not her. You know, and she, because of that, she treats me better. She helps me out. She'll pay for things.
So you're being a man right
Uh-huh.
now. You're being a
Exactly.
man. That's what you have to be. You have to be the man that all men want to be like,
Yep.
and the man that all women want to be with. And that's not a man that sits around and shares with his feelings
Yep.
with his woman like, well, I lost my job today, honey. I don't know what we're going
Yep.
to do. What you tell your woman is, I lost my job today, but we're going to make it. We'll figure it out. It's not about dominating a woman or having control over her. It has nothing to do with that. It's about having control over yourself, your emotions, and being the man you're supposed to be. A man who pursues his vision, his goals, his purpose, and that is the number one thing in his life, not his woman.
Yep.
Contrary to what society and media and movies and television tell us, that we're supposed to put this woman on a pedestal. Women do not want to be on a pedestal. Contrary, as I said, to what you may have heard or what you've been taught as you've grown up.
Yep.
So, thanks for joining me today. I hope this has been of value to you. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we will have more interviews, maybe with my daughter next time,
Yeah.
from her point of view. So, she runs into a lot of guys that she considers to be simps, supplicating for her approval and her attention, and she wants nothing to do with them. So, you have to be a man. Be a man that women want to be with. That's all we got for today. Thanks for joining me, and welcome to my new subscribers.